See the sweat. It's hot, Jim.
Yo,
But we made it.
man, listen.
We made it.
Kelly's shoes is off.
Yeah.
The dog is off. Hey.
Yeah.
Nah, they killed it, man. Look, I'm telling you, man. This sweat, man. Nope. Hashtag, I don't know what to say. That's it.
I know what to say.
Our trainer put in the work with us.
My own personal training regimen is something I take very seriously. There's not only an expectation on me as a trainer, but there's also an expectation that I look the part, that I'm in shape, that I push myself to that next level, not just for me, but for any and everybody who looks to me for inspiration, motivation, who attends a class, who's heard about a class. When they walk through that door, they gotta know, like, I mean what I say and I say what I mean. I train hard, I push you at your level, and we're gonna level up together. So my own personal training regimen, it's an investment, man. I know it's not about me, it never is about me. It's about, pushing myself for someone else and making them better, but at the same time, feeding off that energy from my clientele, those who come to classes, those who I meet, virtually, online, through virtual classes, whatever. I mean, I pride myself on staying ready and being ready for that moment. Whether there's cameras, no cameras, whether it's a crowd, one person, you're gonna get the same energy as if, it's a crowd full of people. Whether that's a one-on-one session, whether that's a group, whether that's a small group, whatever. I try to make sure I'm at my best at all times. And are there times where I don't want to train? Absolutely. Are there times where I feel like I don't have nothing left? For sure. But at the same time, I push myself for other people because at the end of the day, they help me and inspire me. So being in this atmosphere, in the basement, is gritty, is grimy, it's my roots, man. It's the genesis of like how I reached the status I am now. And to me, it's not about status. I don't believe the hype, believe it or not. At the end of the day, I'm a real dude who just loves to be in the fire with my clientele. I love training, it's a passion of mine. And I just want to show people and relate to people at all fitness levels. And sometimes it's not even about the physical workout. It's more so like the mental aspect, just the feeling of connection and community and just, identifying with people at all levels, speaking their language, so to speak, of meeting them where they are and identifying where they are and help them reach their next level. When the pandemic happened, it was crazy. When lockdown happened, it was something that I've never could have fathomed. Like things start shutting down, restriction. It was just really, really strange. And the things that you're accustomed to doing, you weren't allowed to do. And in regards to fitness, gyms shut down, classes were shut down. I mean, complete lockdown. And so in that moment, I had to make an adjustment. There had to be so many different routines that need restructured, so many different things that I had to reflect upon and go back to my roots of like, why do you do what you do? Like, fitness right now looks different. And so I had people reaching out to me asking me like, well, what are you gonna do? Like, are you having classes? Are you having virtual classes? Like, I need something. I need some type of release with fitness. And right now my gym is shut down, classes are shut down, asking me like, what are you gonna do? And so again, with many other things in my life, fitness wise, personally, I had to sink or swim. It was one of those things like, get out your comfort zone, find a way, make something happen, create something where you can keep a peace of mind, but at the same time help people. And so as far as virtual classes, it's something I've always seen. To be completely honest, I was a bit, nervous about, going about that realm of fitness because it was outside of my comfort zone. And so all those people who reached out to me, it was never about just a physical workout. It was more so like mental clarity and how to handle themselves in the midst of a pandemic when everybody's locked down. Not just one person, everybody. And so that's where I created a studio. I created a studio, my little gym basement. It was a restructuring. It was a reconfiguration, big word, reconfiguration of like why you do what you do. I mean, growing up in the basement atmosphere, you make use of what you have. And at that point with the pandemic, I'm back to where I started. Make use of what you have and share it with the world. And so turn the basement studio into a legit studio where I'm, cueing and coaching and doing live workouts from my basement. It was never about cost. It was never about how much this is or how much this is or charging people. Like, nah, we rock it for free. We all need each other right now. I need y'all as much as y'all need me. And that's not to like boast myself, but it's like that sense of community helps so many people. And so I just went for it, man. Like just offering classes for 8 to 10 weeks, no charge at all, but a way to connect, a way to build, a way to diversify and like find a different lane of this new normal. Because, at the time, restriction on everything. There was no timetable. We took it week to week. We had different classes, and afterwards we talked about like, everybody's going through this their own way. Everyone's handling this their own way. But right now, in this moment, in this workout, we together, we won, we figuring it out as we go. And at the same time, the people that join me virtually help me so much figure out how to add this level of fitness to my own way of helping people. It's not just a live workout in person, live workout plus whoever else wants to join worldwide. So getting outside my comfort zone, finding purpose in the pandemic, finding a way pushed me to the next level, helped me connect with people from all over. Technology has always been in place. It was nothing new. It was more so utilizing the tools and making the most of them when you had to. Sink or swim, made no excuses, make it happen. And so all those people who reached out to me, all those people who looked to me for inspiration, how I handled that situation, how I handle any situation, you never know who's watching, and they might come to you and look to you for direction and inspiration. And so in this moment where virtual classes for me personally wasn't a thing, turned into a thing. And week by week, people help me get better, whether they know it or not. Trial, error, the whole time. It was my first time really doing virtual classes and learning as I went. And so, the new normal became normal. I had to adjust, I had to adapt and keep rocking. So growing up in the basement atmosphere, that's where I'm at right now, back in my hometown, I was being prepared for something I had no clue about. Whether that was a master trainer in training, being in the basement, the same basement where I teach virtual classes now, a year ago, teaching to absolutely nobody. A camera and a wall, presenting to no one, having chart paper behind me, explaining, engaging to absolutely no one. It was preparing me for the pandemic. We found a way, we made it happen. We're definitely in a time where it's a new normal. Reflecting back on all that's happened and all that happened during the pandemic, during lockdown, helped me realize the bigger picture, man. Just, you don't take things for granted. You don't take life for granted. In the realm of physical fitness or training or group classes or anything of that nature, people connect so much from those tools that I provide, that other instructors provide. So again, it's important for me to stay ready. It's important to me to find a way to connect with my clientele, with individuals who train with me, or those who just look for inspiration. It's never about me. Like I say, I don't believe the hype. You know, at the end of the day, the same person who, you know, trained relentlessly in this basement trying to figure out the dynamics of like, why do I do what I do and what's the purpose behind it. People need to know like the whys and the hows by any exercise or any regimen or any supplementation. You need to make sure that you communicate to them and take it upon yourself to invest in yourself, because they look to you as an investment, you know, that they make consistently. You know, whether that's guidance in exercise, training, you're the person. You're the person that needs to be on point, staying ready. So, you know, I accept the challenge. I definitely have learned a lot during lockdown, during the pandemic, during this new normal to stay ready, to push myself outside the comfort zone. There's going to be times where it's mistakes. There's going to be times where you feel like the best trainer in the world, and there's been times definitely where it's just like, man, I don't even know. I don't even know. It is what it is. But in the midst of the struggle, in the midst of, you know, the hard times and the pandemics and the lockdowns and the breakdowns and just feeling frustrated, there's purpose in it. You know, there's nothing wrong with, you know, having to go back to the beginning to realize, you know, I need to go back to go forward, to help people. And so this new normal is a challenge that pushed us all to the next level, but it's also a challenge that's going to prepare us for that next level.